So people who belong here, they pay for the rights to come before the game, you know, a couple hours before, hang out with their friends, have something to eat, have something to drink, do a little bowling, go to the other side, play a little pinball, play some billiards, and basically it's a place to hang out. Pretty crazy, huh? This is how the other side lives.
So do you know how much it costs to be a member?
And I believe there's a waiting list too. There's a waiting list. So,
Kind of like Disney's restaurant. What number was it?
oh yeah. Like Disney has secret places in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You guys got pictures of this?
Do you hear the game while you're in here?
Pardon?
Do you hear the game while it's going on?
I'm not sure, but they're TV monitors. So, well, that's one of the things about this ballpark. They put TV monitors up all over the place, so that if you're standing in line getting your hot dog, you can still watch the game. So that you hear the crowd erupt, you know to look at the screens right away. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is on basically the other side. So the ballpark would be on that side. So you know they have to make the most out of this whole building since they have so few rooms. That you know they put this on the blind side, so when you look out the windows over there, you'll see like King Street. Okay. All right. Interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna head on out and go back out to the hallways. Make the first left. No, you can't take a bowling ball with you. Use your shoes. That's all that in your pocket.
Thanks. Thank you.
Going this way is king. Like, where's Willie Mays Plaza? Right here. City goes, how can the city not say okay to naming it Willie Mays Plaza, right? So they said okay. Then they had to get the okay from the U.S. Postal Department. Why do you need their okay? Because this side of the street are the odd numbers. You think about it, you know, one side of the street's odd, the other side is even. Think about your house and, yeah. Oh yeah. Palm trees out there, not native to San Francisco by a long shot, but they have them out here to honor Willie Mays. Guess how many palm trees are out here?
24.
24. What's Willie Mays' number? 24. All right. The statue's out front. I'll tell you one of my favorite stories. Everybody says, yeah, where we're going to meet. Oh, meet in front with the Willie Mays statue. You know, everybody usually goes, okay. And you can find your friends. You say you meet them there. But yeah, they're there. One of my friends calls, where are you? And she goes, I'm standing in front of the Howard Mays statue. I was like, what? She goes, the Howard Mays statue. I said, where? And then she goes, oh, sorry, the Willie Howard Mays statue. I said, oh, you have to forgive her. She's a Yankees fan all the way. She's a Yankees fan. But she'll come up here and watch as the Yankees play. All right? So this is the front of the ballpark. This is how everybody usually gets in. Where we got in from the ballpark over there is a dual gates. That's another way you can get into. It's a lot less crowded. All right. Okay, once you hit the button, we'll go down. So I'm going to take a little one to hope to get into this showcase. Okay? So you notice we do have a large farm club all over. And it's all over the place too. Not just in California. So you come down here, the scouts, shout out to the scouts, shout out to the front office, our leader, Farhan Zaidi, our minor league teams. We have the junior giants come and they play and they give tours, and some of those guys are called the Green Jackets. I was like, why are they called the Green Jackets? Because they're in Georgia. They're in Augusta, Georgia. Oh, yeah, I didn't realize this until this year. They're called the Green. This year they did a full marathon, but the full marathon was inside the ballpark. It was 111 laps around the warning track. I was like, are you crazy? Over here they gave a shout out to Hank Greenwald, one of our former announcers. The front office people, our retired numbers, Willie Mays, McCovey, Juan Marichal, Barry Bonds, Gaylord Perry, Orlando Cepeda, we'd say they are our, we used to say our Hall of Famers, but then they added number 25 in there, who's not a Hall of Famer yet. But he may get there, you know, like, as a ball player, he was pretty good. And he went to spring training last year, and, you know, he wasn't as bulky as he was before, but he got up there to take swings, he could still hit the ball. His hand-eye coordination was unbelievable. Our World Series MVPs, Edgar Renteria, Pablo Sandoval with 3 home runs, Madison Bumgarner coming out of the bullpen, finish it up. I got this. This is one of our newer ones. Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. Jackie Robinson played all his career as a Dodger. Did you know that he almost became a Giant? This down here is his professional contract to sign to become a San Francisco Giant. But the story goes, he said, I would rather retire than become a Giant. Okay? That's the story they tell. But if you read the article, what happens in the article is, this was later in his career as he's getting older. He didn't feel that his ability to play was at the same level as it was before. So instead of going out there and embarrassing himself, he decided to retire. Now the thing was, he was making $42,000 a year. The Giants were offering him $50,000. That's $8,000 difference in 1958, 56, 58. That was a lot of money. But being a guy of integrity, he just said, no, man, I don't want to do that. I could take your money and run, but he said no. So we stick with the story that says, I'd rather retire than become a Giant, right? So Dodger Blue all the way there. All right, you gotta give a shout out to him for that. There's a shout out to all the guys who played at Candlestick Park. 40 years at Candlestick Park. That was one of the craziest ballparks ever built, because it was like always cold. The Junior Giants, our retired coach, Bruce Bochy. One of my favorite stories, his hat size is 8 1/8. My hat size, I have a big hat size. My hat size is 7 3/4, all right? And the joke that I hear is they say, oh, what size hat do you want? You want a small, medium, large, or a Bochy? Shout out to the umpires, the Eclipse, the '89 World Series, and then you're out taking pictures with Charlie Brown, Lucy, and Snoopy over there. You're like, what do they got to do with this? Turns out Charles Schultz was a big Willie Mays fan. Yeah, when Willie Mays was in the minor leagues, the minor league team for San Francisco, remember, they're all on the East Coast now, was in Minnesota. And that's where Charles Schultz was. So he got to see Willie Mays mature as a player, and so he followed his career. Well, it turned out when the Giants moved out here in 1958, Charles Schultz moved out here and moved to Santa Rosa in 1958. So that's why we have trophy, or these figures, because he was a Giants fan. But if you go back to Minnesota, you'll see the same 3 Peanuts characters, but in Twins uniform, because that's where Charles Schultz was from. Interesting? Yeah. All right. Any questions?
Was he buried in Santa Rosa, or did he just leave in Santa Rosa?
Pardon?
Charles Schultz.
Yeah, his museum is up there. His home is up there.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this. I want to go that way, since I don't want to walk back. Okay? And then there's our Hall of Famers in that picture behind you. And then behind this young man is a memorial to Peter McGowan, who saved the Giants from going to Florida and also helped build the ballpark here. Okay. All right, we're going to go down out these doors here. We're going to walk down the ramp. A little cool, but we should be okay. This is how you get 42,000 people out in the ballpark. We have ramps. There are escalators, there are elevators, but easiest way when you come to this ballpark, take the ramp. Just keep following everybody walking down. It seems like it goes forever. Eventually, we'll go down to the bottom. In New York, I said, good answer. No. But that was an excellent answer. I said, well, where are the other trophies? They don't exist. They didn't start making trophies until the 60s. Right? So all the other trophies, the other 5 World Series was won before. So these are the actual trophies. They're made by Tiffany. Silver, platinum, gold. Tiffany comes by, cleans them out every once in a while. All the pennants on there, there's 30 pennants representing 30 different baseball teams. Hey, this guy's already taking my tour to the back. Now you can go back in. If you looked at that and you want to take pictures, fine, but we're going to take a look at the back side too. And what do you see, young man? Pretty big rings. Yes. Very large. This is the only time that I bring the guys that come out here and they'll look at that and go, wow. This is huge. And they're not all the same size. 2010, 2014. They got bigger as they won more. Can you imagine if they won in 2016? How big that would have been? One of the stories goes, this particular ring, they sent one of the players up to management and said, one word, gaudy. Make it gaudy.
It's the
You gotta admit, that's my wife. She works at St. Mary's Hospital. The team doctors are there, all right? And so the team doctor brought the rings, and she knows the guys, and so she put it on her finger. It looked like a golf ball on her finger. All right, these things are just... But let me tell you a story about these rings. They're really kind of neat. Of course, all the players got it. Management got it. And then somewhere down the line, started thinking, hey, what if everybody was allowed to get a ring? I mean, everybody in the Giants organization. And they went, yeah. So somewhere they